What's up, everybody? It's Dial Shaggy, and I'm back with another video for you all. Today, I am doing something a little different, never done on my channel before, and it's another 10 morons challenging professional fighters to a fight. Now, stay tuned to the end. I got a special announcement for you all. Something brand new I'm bringing to my channel to help reconnect and get to know more of my community as I build it up and everything, and just to get to know everybody. But let's go ahead and get in this. The only thing I'm going to say beforehand is I haven't watched a lot of boxing or UFC or anything over the last 20 years. I've just heard about certain fights and stuff and don't know a lot about most of the fighters. I've just been looking more into it more recently again and really getting into it. So forgive me if I don't know some things about some of these fighters, but let's get into it.
Welcome back to Listertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. And we are back with a 14th edition of regular people, otherwise known as idiots, that decided to challenge pro fighters.
Now, before this video starts, if you guys don't know about Listertainment, he is like a really good quality fighting video maker that I've seen on YouTube. I watch his videos quite often. This is one of his newer videos, and I just thought it'd be funny to see what kind of morons challenge professional fighters.
The channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. And we are back with a 14th edition of regular people, otherwise known as idiots, that decided to challenge pro fighters. And well, the absolutely most obvious thing happened. Their life got completely turned upside down. These people have probably had a couple of fights and got really lucky and won. And now they think that they can be a world-class fighter. These are the most delusional people on the planet.
Dang,
and they compete with those people who go to talent shows really thinking that they can win the competition. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like so we can satisfy the like-loving slut that is the algorithm, and subscribe down below. Also, make sure to turn on those notifications. Let's get started.
Don't forget to subscribe to Listertainment.
This guy in black walks into the gym and wants to teach the class. They let him do it until they realize that he doesn't know anything. Then when told to leave, he of course challenges the coach. And well, we all know what happens next.
Come on, let's work. Hey, let's work. Come on. Come on, let's work. Huh? Come on. Let's work.
This guy is of course a pro at running away. The coach has to tell him to get in there and actually allows him to swing at him.
Oh my God. Come on. Get up. Come on.
Oh man, did you see? He had no reaction at all. He had no reaction to that. He just got smacked so hard. If I'm not mistaken, 3 times. We'll go back and make sure. Yeah, he got hit 3 times real fast. He had no reaction to him at all. He just stood there and took him. He didn't block, he didn't do anything. That's pretty sad. Don't challenge somebody who trains people how to box if you've never boxed. Clearly you have no reaction time. It looks like you were super unprepared. You weren't watching his feet, you weren't watching him and reading him. There, you made tons of mistakes, my guy.
Come on.
Take notes, if a trained fighter tells you to take a shot, he is setting you up and will land a shot on you that will change your life, like this guy. You can see his face of complete shock, just thinking, where did that come from?
He just got hit so hard in his face. It almost knocked his brain and shook it around a little bit and disoriented him. It looked like in his face. Look at this.
You can see his face of complete shock, just thinking, where did that come from? I mean, his heads were down and now my face hurts. It was an amazing lesson that only an idiot needs to learn. Let's see what happens when we have a man thinking that he can beat a female pro fighter.
Stefan wird es darauf ankommen. Möglichst linke hat er schon gefangen.
Oh man, just the sound of her hand connecting on his face. That snap sound. She hit him so good and hard in the jaw. Like, I'm surprised he stayed up, to be honest. He took that hit pretty well, but it staggered him a little bit. Why do people do this to themselves? Are they like... Do they just want to get knocked out by these people for fame or something? I'm not understanding. It's very weird to... Why would you challenge a professional fighter? You have to be pretty cocky to assume that you're going to beat a professional fighter.
Julia, starkes Mädel.
Julija Pajic is a pro fighter, and although this guy enters the octagon...
Oh man, speaking of that kick she just threw, if she would have connected on that, he would lights out. Dude, you're going to sleep.
Julija Pajic...
Okay, she did connect on it, but it wasn't as clean.
He's a pro fighter, and although this guy enters the octagon really confidently, he starts to act really cautiously as soon as he gets hit a couple of times. He also basically turns his back every time the girl is coming in, which is just embarrassing. Then the second round comes, and I'm surprised that he even went out there again.
Ja, da war man nicht schlecht. So, auch nochmal die rechte.
Dude, none of these people, none of them are blocking at all. They're just taking hits. They don't know how to block. If you don't know how to block, you're gonna get put to sleep pretty fast. You have to know how to block. You gotta know to keep your arms close to the body to protect your sides. And keep your fucking hands up.
Oh, der hat wieder wehgetan.
At this point, the woman is just playing and wants him to swing back. But he knows it's better not to get her angry, considering that she is already holding back a ton. A couple more clean shots to the face, and that's all it takes for him to just quit.
You can tell she's barely even trying. She's just swinging at him every once in a while, leaving herself. Her arms are way down here. She's leaving it wide open for him to throw shots. He's too scared to at this point because he keeps getting hit in the face. Oh no.
We now have a professional fight between Renzo Gracie and Phil Benedict.
As well. You see the use of the legs. Yeah, you did see the use.
Benedict is supposed to be a wrestler, but I don't think that's true.
I can tell.
Just look at how easily he gets taken down by Gracie. I know Gracie is a great fighter, but a single leg takedown on a supposed wrestler who stopped it initially, but then moved up and allowed the takedown. If he would have remained down and spread out, it never would have happened.
Area. He's underwater now.
He also allows Gracie to get the full mount extremely easy and was just flattened out until he was submitted via strikes, which is really rare.
If he is a wrestler, he needs to go back to high school and relearn everything. If that's when he started wrestling. But, because he looks very out of practice. Not knowing general groundwork like that and being a wrestler, I'm questioning it, man. Questioning it. It must have been a long time since he fought. That should not be happening.
And this is the position that Gracie just lives for, like this. And Benedict has got to lose those legs to get out of this predicament, or he's just going to be cannon for. There you go. That's it.
According to this video, the guy in red goes into the gym and challenges Coach Mercedes. It was just a sparring match with some slow shots being thrown, But even the teacher, you could see the coach was just playing around and would almost not miss any of his shots except for the jabs, of course. I mean, the shots were slow, but they certainly hit pretty hard. Then the coach got tired of his head protection. The challenger got tired and the coach just started landing some good combinations that showed this guy that he is nothing. Even though he's pretty alright compared to a highly trained man. I think that the body shot is what did it. Those damn body shots. They just never expect them to hurt that much.
He took him to school real quick. He was not prepared for that at all. Why? I'm so baffled. Why do they think that they have a chance? He's a trained fighter. There's a reason he's training other people. I mean, it's not rocket science. I guess, though, you could say some of these people, like possibly him, he was doing it for training to learn something from watching him work, basically. I could see that because I like to watch somebody do something first and then I can usually copy it or repeat it. So I see where that could come into play, but I don't know for sure if he was doing that.
This is a session between the older retired world champ and a beginner.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a couple things where I see wrong with this. The guy, you can clearly tell who's the veteran and who's not without any context. The veteran guy in the red shirt. The other guy, well, you can also tell because you can tell their age difference, but the guy in the black shorts let himself get cornered, and you could tell this guy is, the veteran is being super aggressive, pushing into him, pushing him into the corner, and he's not moving. He's not, he's not moving out of the way. He's hardly even moving at all. He just took a ton of blows that in a real boxing match would have cost him the match.
I'm not gonna lie, this beginner is pretty good, and he did land some pretty good shots on the pro. But once the pro turned it on, he was landing incredibly hard shots almost at will. The beginner would cover up fairly well, but this guy's combination in power would find their way through and land pretty cleanly on this poor guy.
That was impressive.
I mean, just the ending here. The way he sets up this guy with those rights to raise his hands and leaves himself open for the last uppercut, that looks like it hurts like a motherfucker. This is another sparring session that is really relaxed, but still, the massive difference is clearly shown. You can all tell who the trained guy is here, since his stance, strikes, and footwork is pretty perfect. So this guy basically got beat right here, but he just pretended like he didn't, and tried to get a chokehold by taking the guy's back, and the guy got him off so easily.
Legit. What was that? I was at a loss for words watching that right now. What in the heck was that? That looked so scripted and faked. I know this is a YouTube channel. I've seen it before. The fight tips, but no, that looks so scripted. Like, I hope they're demonstrating something, because if not, I don't know. Maybe he took this out of context. Probably not. He probably did his research. Wow. Wow.
I mean, this guy didn't tap, but the pro let you off the hook and you decided to keep going? Then the pro was able to get another submission in before the round ended, and he just let it go, just to show more of his incredible moves. The amateur was going about maybe 70% and the pro maybe at 20, but the amateur didn't even realize how many times he got in trouble in this session.
I don't know what I just witnessed. That was...
This is a friendly
Wow.
sparring session between two girls and one man. These two girls are probably at 75% and they are still unable to do anything against this single man who is going about 30%. You can tell the difference in effort just by the fact that he is still tossing them around while still trying not to actually hurt them.
This, first off, it's sad that he has to have two women against him. Why can't it be men? But at the same time, it's courageous and impressive that they're willing to try it with him, knowing they very well could get hurt because of the takedowns or whatever he happens to do. But it is funny watching literally him have one in front of him, one of the ladies in front of him, and one on his back, and he just stands up. I mean, they're so light to him that they're basically nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, this man is probably feeling like he's in heaven. The girl in blue is working on getting a chokehold, and the guy doesn't even care. He is still trying to land a submission on the other girl. Then once he gets criticized for taking too long, he just gets up like nothing and arm bars both of them like it was nothing.
There's that.
I'm sorry.
Easy.
That was very impressive how quickly he went into arm bars.
YouTube El Millor had he fight
I'm not even gonna lie, my ground game, non-existent. I know little to nothing about ground game, besides to spread out. And yeah, that's about it. I literally know basically nothing about groundwork. Yeah. I mostly know boxing.
against fellow YouTuber Revan, and in preparation for this fight, he sparred against a ton of pro boxers, and this was one of the best ones. They were both not trying that hard, but it's funny to see how training allows you to see those openings and take advantage of them extremely fast. Like every time El Millor would throw a punch and leave himself open a little bit too long, he would get hit with a wake-up shot, and he just laughed it off.
I can see every opening right now, and him just getting rocked every time. I don't know if he's not paying attention to it, not realizing it just yet, because you got to change something. You can't keep repeating it and expect different results.
Even at these speeds, the YouTuber is unable to block most of the shots, which is just incredible to see how slow a pro can go and still make you feel like crap. Then it ends with a favorite shot for pros to land on the average Joe, the liver shot, since it's such a debilitating hit that it is just so shocking. Like you could see his face before he lands it, just thinking about the pain that this poor guy is about to be in.
Oh yeah. That hurt him so bad. He got his liver rocked. That was worse than him drinking an entire case of beer.
We all know that if you have to be self-proclaimed anything, you're not that good at said thing, and this self-proclaimed undefeated fighter proves the point. Apparently, this guy in the white tank top challenged this amateur boxer to go a couple of rounds, and he got taught a valuable lesson. This guy started out with some good fast jabs, but as soon as he got hit once with a jab, he switched his stance. He fell the first time with his terrible footwork, being a southpaw against an orthodox stance.
Yeah, I noticed that right from the get-go that he's southpaw, and the way he's standing, it's just awful. He's unbalanced like crazy. No wonder he fell over after getting rocked.
The first knockdown was just him getting too excited and wanted to trade on the inside with his hands nowhere near his face. Then the second knockdown comes after throwing a horrible wild punch, leaving himself completely open to a 1-2 combination, and he still wanted more. Bad decision. The boxer was done, so he just went hard to the body, officially ending this whole sham.
Oh, knocked him right out of the ring. Dang, that was epic. I like it.
We saw Uriah Hall on one of these lists in the past when he was sparring a guy and he took a hard swing, and well, he made him pay for that mistake. But this time, he goes harder than normal for no apparent reason.
Ooh.
This guy was probably so excited that he got to spar with a great Uriah Hall, and they were just having fun with some very soft sparring strikes. All of a sudden, Hall goes about 50% of his power instead of the 10% and completely demolishes this poor guy. I don't know what the hell set him off. I don't see anything wrong with what the regular guy did. Maybe something just took Hall back to the octagon and he just kind of went a little too hard, and this poor guy just had to take it. I think it might have been that low kick, to be honest. Guys, what can I say that I haven't said before? These people are just plain morons that should humble themselves and maybe join a martial art class and spar a regular student, and then they will soon realize how bad they truly are by competing against people that barely have more training than they do. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.
No lie, that last guy got his bell rung for almost no reason. It looks like the guy just got hit with the kick, and then after that he snapped and he's like, oh, you want to feel a kick? And bam. that was fantastic. I love these videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go to Listertainment's channel, subscribe, don't forget to like the video. Speaking of, you guys see me right here, like the video, and hope to see you all in the next one. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon. First link in the description. You will get a extra video every single week from me, as well as an occasional live stream, and you get to chat with me and all the other followers on Patreon. Why not? Peace out, everybody.